Great afternoon, Clarksville, Montgomery County students and faculty. It is your designated professional development specialist, Rachel Koval, and I am back for week 3 of our office hours tech tips and tricks, as well as just open forum for any questions, inquiries, feedback, anything at all, just to optimize our use of Imagine Learning products so that our kids can grow the most possible this school year and beyond, right? So if you hear some barking in the background, I apologize. My dogs are extra lively today. All right, so let's dive in and see what today is about. All right. So you know that you have office hours with me every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm Rachel Koval. I have a master's of education. I was a classroom teacher for 10 years, the last 5 in Nashville, teaching 5th grade English. And yeah, I'm just thrilled. I have the best job in the world. I get to work with you guys. Okay, so this week's focus area, student motivation. So I know normally what I do is I pick a focus area, and then Monday and Tuesday we focus on the Imagine Language and Literacy side of it. And Wednesday, Thursday, we focus on the math suite side of it. I thought it would be better and more comprehensive this week if I did it all as one video and we went through the specific products that have the most targeted student motivation tactics. So we're going to look at Imagine Language and Literacy, Imagine Math Pre-K 2, then Imagine Math 3+. Then I want to finish up by just reminding you guys again that you have tangible, printable certificates and trackers at your disposal through the teacher resources. All right, let's dive in. Okay, so let's start with Imagine Language and Literacy. This we know is for our emerging readers. Okay, so engaging content. So the biggest motivation for Imagine Language and Literacy for our students is really going to be the gamification piece. If you've seen your kids getting these booster bits and playing on the program, you know that it is extremely gamified. They're having these avatars, they're having these familiar characters that they get to see go through narratives and complete tasks. So really you want to hype up the booster bits and the points that they would get for that. Okay, let's go to Imagine Math. Okay, Imagine Math is for pre-K 2, excuse me, is again highly gamified. So you see the coins that they're earning here. And I want to remind you that the entire narrative of this series with Imagine Math Pre-K 2 is going to be a treasure hunt, right? So what you see on the right is essentially their map. So as they gain points, they unlock new parts of the map. So the more skills they have, the more places on the map they can go where they get little branched off stories and they can earn even more coins. I also want to remind you that one of my favorite things about this is that students have the chance to redo lessons where they're not necessarily proud of their performance for a higher score and thereby getting back some of the coins that they might have lost. I also love that for SEL reasons, because we know that students being able to reflect, stop and say, you know what, I could do that better. I do know how to do that. Let's try it one more time. That's a really great, just social emotional standard that you're developing within them. Okay, now let's take a look at Imagine Math 3+. So we know that Imagine Math 3+ students are earning think points. So I know that we have different terms for them in all of our different programs, right? Booster bits, coins, think points, treasure, that would be more casually within the program. But regardless, students are earning points essentially, right? That they're going to be able to do things with. I love our students' choices for Imagine Math 3+. So let's start in the middle. We see the avatar. So I want to remind you that when our students start the program, they have an avatar, but it is like a very spooky, what I say, like a ghost of a gingerbread man, right? And so as they earn these think points, they can buy with their think points the outfit, the facial features, the accessories. And guys, it's exactly like a Bitmoji or an emoji from Snapchat. Or what else do our kids love? Fortnite, right? It's the same exact concept. So we're going to have new accessories, relevant topical stuff, sports memorabilia that they can hold, stuff like that. So they're going to be able to really show their personalities through what they buy for their avatar, which they love. Then let's go to the piece on the right where it says motivation. And it says, I believe, create your classroom. Yeah, create a classroom goal. So when you create a classroom goal, that's exactly what it sounds like. So it's very tiny here, but I'll read you a few of the options that you could have. A movie day, library time for the entire class, free study time, additional recess time. Really funny other ones that I've heard of have been teachers saying that if kids get, an exorbitant, wonderful amount of points, that they could get pied in the face with their points. But I always warn teachers, don't set that too low. You don't want to be pied in the face every Thursday. You could have students take off their shoes and be able to put their feet on their desk during independent reading time. Check with your principal on that one, right? But anything silly, your kids. What I love about this piece is that you can incentivize them based on your knowledge of who they are as people. Your students more than anyone. What would motivate them? What would they like to put their points towards earning? And it's cool to have a community goal, again, the SEL. Now, let's go to my favorite one of all of our suite products. So if you look on the left, you can see someone handing a check to someone for the American Red Cross. So with Imagine Math 3+, we have a charity giving calendar. So every month is going to focus on a different charity, and students can donate their Think points towards that charity. There is a point where it maxes out. With some charities, it's $1,000. With some charities, it's $2,500 or $5,000, but it will show when it maxes out, and then students can put their points towards something else instead. But this is just a wonderful way to make a community connection through the classroom and on a national level. One thing I want to shout right now that's incredible is Clarksville Montgomery County School District has been donating some of their points specifically towards Waverly City flood relief. So yeah, just our neighbor over, right? So things like that. And then you can talk to your students. You can have branch off conversations or mini lessons or flash research projects where they can go and look, what is this charity? Do I want to give my money to it? What good do they do in the community or nationally? And really open up a natural dialogue and discourse about nonprofits and how they can positively impact their community, even as an elementary school student, or middle school or high school, which is phenomenal. All right, the last thing before I go over my information, the customer care information, is I said that I wanted to remind you, when you go to your teacher resources, you have offline resources and additional resources. You will find in there certificates that are printable and customizable for various products. You will find trackers of progress, for various products. So if you are someone whose students are motivated by visual, tangible objects, so maybe you want to put your bulletin board as all of their achievement certificates for Imagine Learning 1 month, which would be very aesthetically pleasing. And I remember from doing bulletin boards every month, sometimes, some months, you don't have 7 hours to make the Minions bulletin board beautiful, right? You have 50 things on your to-do list. So for you, what a great, beautiful, celebratory growth mindset bulletin board to put those certificates or those trackers up to celebrate their growth of the class with the whole school and everyone walking by. So those are just some ideas for student motivation within language and literacy, Imagine Math Pre-K2, Imagine Math 3+, and beyond. And I want to finish with this slide because I always want to remind you, customer care is there for you. You can call them, you can text them, you can live chat, you can email them. And if anything I said today was complicated, you can always reach out to me directly, rachel.koval@imaginelearning.com. Or you can reach out to someone on your faculty and they will put you in touch with me. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining again. This was week 3 of our tech tips and tricks for Imagine Learning in our office hours. I'm going to stay on for the next 15 minutes and have open forum for any kind of questions or feedback you have. Thank you so much for those of you that just tuned in for the video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.